In the pizza industry, where the giants like Pizza Hut and Domino's have long dominated, Papa John's has carved out a space for itself as a leader in the fast food landscape. With a reputation built on better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's now operates over 5,000 locations worldwide. But the road to that success wasn't paved in gold. It was full of struggle, setbacks, and a relentless determination by one man, John Schnatter, to create something better. John Schnatter's journey from a cramped broom closet in a bar to running a global pizza empire is nothing short of a business odyssey. This is the untold story of Papa John's Pizza, how it all started, the sacrifices made, and the challenges that were faced in creating the pizza brand we know today. Chapter 1. The Spark of an Idea. From humble beginnings to steady growth. It's easy to forget that behind every multi-billion-dollar company is a person, someone who took risks, faced failure, and struggled to get things right. John Schnatter, the man behind Papa John's Pizza, wasn't born into wealth. He grew up in Jeffersonville, Indiana, where his father, Robert Schnatter, owned a bar called Mick's Lounge. The Schnatter family wasn't exactly living the American dream in the traditional sense. Mick's Lounge was struggling, and John's family wasn't immune to financial struggles. However, it was here, amidst the tough financial realities of running a small-town business, that John began to form his vision. His father worked tirelessly to make the bar profitable, and that hard work left a lasting imprint on John, teaching him the value of persistence. While Mick's Lounge wasn't a thriving business, it did set the stage for John's future. John's interest in business and entrepreneurship started early. Even as a teenager, he worked at a local pizza place, gaining first-hand experience and observing how things worked. He wasn't just flipping pizzas, he was studying the craft, noticing what set the good pizza places apart from the bad. It was here that he became fixated on one idea. He could create a pizza business that was better than anything else out there. John, determined to get started, made a bold move at the age of 22. He sold his prized 1971 Camaro Z28 for $2,800. It wasn't just a car, it was his most valuable asset. That money was his entire savings and the capital he used to buy a used pizza oven, which he placed in a small broom closet at the back of his father's bar. The plan was simple: make pizza at night when the bar was closed and sell it to the bar's customers. Chapter 2. The Broom Closet and the birth of Papa John's first foray into the pizza business began in the back of Mick's Lounge, in a tiny broom closet that was barely big enough for one person. The conditions were hardly ideal. There was no fancy kitchen, no state-of-the-art equipment, and no massive staff. It was just John, a couple of second-hand ovens, and his burning desire to make something special. Despite the cramped space and lack of resources, John was driven by an unwavering belief that his pizza could be different. He pored over every detail, from the dough to the sauce to the toppings, and soon began to develop his own unique recipes. The result? A pizza that was fresher and more flavorful than anything the locals had ever tasted. But things weren't easy. While his family's tavern wasn't thriving, business was slow, and there were many nights when no one would order. It took a toll on John's morale. There were days when the pizza oven wouldn't heat properly, or when supplies would run out, forcing John to get creative. But through it all, his determination kept him going. He kept perfecting his pizza recipe, one pie at a time, and word of his exceptional pizzas slowly began to spread. As John's reputation for quality grew, so did the demand for his pizzas. He was slowly starting to gain a following, and that's when he realized something important. This wasn't just a hobby. This was the beginning of something bigger. By 1984, it was clear that Papa John's wasn't just a side project. It was a legitimate business. So John made a major decision. He moved out of the broom closet and opened the first official Papa John's pizza restaurant, located just outside of Mick's Lounge. Chapter 3. The First Papa John's Store. The first official Papa John's restaurant was hardly a glamorous operation. It wasn't located in a high-end shopping mall or near a busy commercial street. It was in a small, modest strip mall in Jeffersonville, Indiana. The new store wasn't much bigger than the broom closet that had come before it, but it had one thing the broom closet didn't: visibility. Now, Papa John's wasn't just an afterthought in a bar. It was a standalone business with its own identity. John's early vision for Papa John's remained intact: make a pizza that was far better than the competition. To do this, John insisted on using only the finest ingredients, fresh dough, vine-ripened tomatoes, and 100% mozzarella cheese. This was the foundation upon which Papa John's would build its brand. However, the early days weren't easy. The overhead was high, and even though the quality of the pizza was unmatched, there was a steep learning curve. John had to learn how to market his product, deal with suppliers, and handle customer complaints. There were many late nights of worry as the money wasn't flowing in as quickly as he had hoped. Yet John refused to compromise on the quality of the pizza. Slowly, customers began to take notice. The reputation of Papa John's spread beyond Jeffersonville as more and more people found their way to the small restaurant. John's commitment to quality started to pay off, and within a few years, his pizza was becoming known as the best in the region. Chapter 4: The Franchise Model and Expansion. By 1986, after 2 years of steady growth, John realized that the only way to scale Papa John's was to franchise it. His dream was not just to build a local pizzeria, but to create a national and eventually international brand. But franchising would bring its own challenges. The decision to franchise was a monumental one for John. To achieve his goal, he would have to convince other business owners to trust his vision, take on the risk, and follow his exact recipe for success. This wasn't an easy sell, especially since Papa John's was still a relatively small operation. But John had a secret weapon: his pizza. As more people tasted it, the more they liked it. So in 1986, the first Papa John's franchise opened in New Albany, Indiana, just a short drive from Jeffersonville. It was a gamble, but it paid off. The franchise was an immediate success, and soon John had more franchisees lined up to join his growing network. However, with expansion came new challenges. John's desire to maintain the same high quality across all locations meant that he needed to enforce strict guidelines for his franchisees. Each new location had to follow his rules on everything, from the type of cheese used to the method of preparing the dough. John was obsessive about ensuring that every pizza was made to the same high standard. John's commitment to quality wasn't just about making great pizza. It was about creating a brand that stood for something. It was this commitment that would become the cornerstone of Papa John's identity in the years to come. Chapter 5: The Garlic Butter Dipping Sauce and Other Innovations. One of Papa John's most famous innovations came in 1989 with the introduction of the garlic butter dipping sauce. This simple but delicious addition to the menu became an instant hit. While it may seem like a small thing now, it was a game changer at the time. No one had thought to pair pizza crusts with dipping sauces before, and the garlic butter sauce became a signature element of Papa John's brand. The introduction of dipping sauces was just one of many innovative moves made by John and his team. As competition in the pizza industry grew, John knew that Papa John's had to keep evolving to stay relevant. Throughout the 1990s, the company would continue to innovate, launching new menu items, introducing customer loyalty programs, and exploring different delivery methods. But the garlic butter dipping sauce wasn't the only successful product to come from Papa John's. In 1991, the company introduced its signature stuffed crust pizza, which became another major hit. It was bold moves like this that kept the brand fresh and exciting for consumers, making sure that Papa John's was always top of mind when customers thought about pizza. Chapter 6: The Pressure of Success. By the early 1990s, Papa John's had expanded to over 100 locations, and its success was undeniable. But as the company grew, so did the pressure on John to maintain the high quality of his product while managing a rapidly expanding business. Franchising, once a solution to scaling the business, now became a source of tension. Franchisees began to demand more support and attention, and John had to find a way to keep them happy while maintaining the brand's core values. The growing pains of a rapidly expanding company were starting to show, but John's determination kept the company focused on what mattered most: delivering quality pizza with the same passion that had fueled its creation. Chapter 7: A Business Empire Takes Shape: The Rise, Challenges, and Legacy of Papa John's. By the early 2000s, Papa John's had blossomed into a recognizable name in the pizza industry. With over 1,000 locations across the United States, John Schnatter's vision was now a reality. The brand had a unique identity, one that was centered on the idea of better ingredients, better pizza. This message resonated with consumers, positioning Papa John's as a premium pizza choice, But with success came heightened competition. The pizza market had become a battlefield with Domino's and Pizza Hut competing for the top spot. John knew that in order to remain competitive, Papa John's needed to stay relevant, and that meant constantly evolving. While the other pizza giants were focused on expanding globally, Schnatter understood that Papa John's had to be more than just another pizza chain. It had to stand out. He realized that his branding wasn't just about better ingredients. It was about better service, better customer engagement, and a strong presence in the growing digital world. Papa John's was one of the first pizza companies to offer online ordering, setting the stage for what would become a major part of the pizza industry's future. The company's innovative marketing strategy was also pivotal. John, always an advocate for his pizza, appeared in countless commercials, becoming the face of the brand. His personal touch and recognizable presence made Papa John's feel like more than just a corporation. It became a family business that customers could trust. Schnatter's trademark message, "Better ingredients, better pizza," quickly became synonymous with the brand, representing both the quality of the pizza and John's relentless commitment to excellence. Chapter 8. The expansion push. As the 21st century unfolded, Papa John's embarked on an aggressive expansion campaign. The company was growing at an exponential rate. By 2003, Papa John's had reached a milestone. It was the third largest pizza chain in the United States by sales. But Schnatter knew this was only the beginning. Global expansion became a priority. Papa John's entered international markets, including Canada, the United Kingdom, Mexico, and more. Schnatter wasn't just thinking about conquering America. He had set his sights on becoming a global brand. In 2004, the company opened its first international restaurant in Mexico City. Over the next few years, Papa John's expanded its global footprint to include several European, Asian, and Middle Eastern countries. But international growth was not without its difficulties. Each market had its own unique challenges. In some countries, pizza wasn't the first choice for fast food. In others, cultural tastes had to be accounted for. For example, in Japan, Papa John's created a unique menu featuring teriyaki chicken and other local delicacies to cater to the local palate. Such innovations allowed the brand to tap into local markets while maintaining its identity as a provider of high-quality pizza. Despite these efforts, global expansion wasn't without setbacks. Papa John's was forced to scale back its international operations in some regions due to lackluster performance, but its commitment to quality remained unwavering. Chapter 9. The franchise model hits a critical point. As Papa John's grew, so did its reliance on the franchise model. By the mid-2000s, the franchise system had become the backbone of the company's operations. The decision to expand the franchise network was crucial, but managing such a large and decentralized operation wasn't always smooth sailing. Many franchisees began to feel the pressure of growing operational costs, and tensions began to rise. Despite this, John Schnatter was relentless in his pursuit of maintaining quality across the network. However, franchisees were increasingly dissatisfied with the company's demands. The increasing costs of maintaining the better ingredients, better pizza philosophy, coupled with the competitive pressure from other pizza chains, led to conflicts between corporate headquarters and franchise owners. In 2008, one of the first major franchisee revolts took place. Some franchisees publicly criticized the company's management, and the dispute even made its way into the media. Though Schnatter was fiercely protective of his brand, he faced mounting pressure to address the concerns of his franchisees while also ensuring Papa John's maintained the standard of quality it had promised its customers. This tension would remain a theme for much of the company's future. The challenges of managing a rapidly expanding franchise model were not trivial. But John's ability to balance customer satisfaction, operational challenges, and marketing innovations kept the company growing despite these internal struggles. Chapter 10. The Innovation of the Papa Bowl and More. In an industry where competition was becoming more fierce, Schnatter knew that Papa John's needed to remain at the forefront of innovation. One of the key product innovations during this period was the creation of the Papa Bowl. The Papa Bowl was an attempt to cater to changing consumer tastes, offering a pizza alternative for people looking to eat without the crust. It was a bold move that appealed to health-conscious consumers who still wanted to enjoy the flavors of a pizza without the carbs. Despite the criticism some pizza purists had regarding the concept, the Papa Bowl went on to become a success, proving once again that Schnatter had an innate ability to understand consumer preferences and adapt quickly. In addition, Papa John's introduced new promotional strategies, partnerships, and menu innovations that further distinguished the brand. By 2010, Papa John's was being recognized as a dominant force in the global pizza industry. However, it was about to face one of the biggest challenges in its history, one that would test its reputation and threaten its hard-earned success. Chapter 11: The Controversial Remarks and Fallout. In 2017, Papa John's faced a crisis that would forever alter its public perception. The company was embroiled in a public relations nightmare after John Schnatter, in an interview with a sports media outlet, made controversial comments regarding the NFL and its national anthem protests. His remarks, which were widely seen as insensitive and inflammatory, sparked a backlash from both the public and his business partners. The fallout from Schnatter's comments was swift and severe. The NFL and Papa John's had been in a long-standing partnership, but many NFL teams, players, and fans expressed outrage over Schnatter's words. Major corporate partners distanced themselves from the company, and sales took a significant hit. In the wake of the controversy, Schnatter was forced to step down as the company's CEO. The board of directors, which had long been supportive of Schnatter's leadership, made the difficult decision to remove him from his position. The controversy not only hurt Papa John's public image, but also exposed the growing tension between Schnatter's outspoken personality and the company's desire for a more politically neutral stance. The company entered a period of internal restructuring. Papa John's would have to recover from the damage done to its reputation, and it would do so under new leadership. But despite the controversy, the foundation that John had laid down, the commitment to quality, the innovative spirit, and the sense of family within the company, remained intact. The company's recovery would require hard work, but Schnatter's legacy was not so easily erased. Chapter 12: Recovery and Reinvention. After Schnatter's departure, Papa John's began the slow process of recovery. The company implemented a new marketing strategy, focusing on delivering the same high-quality pizza that had made it a household name. Under new leadership, Papa John's sought to distance itself from the controversy and rebuild its relationship with customers and franchisees. A renewed focus on customer service, better marketing campaigns, and innovative menu items was part of the strategy to return to its roots. As of today, Papa John's has shown signs of recovery. While it may never completely shake the impact of the controversies that marked its recent past, the company has continued to evolve, building on the lessons of its history. The pizza industry has also changed. Delivery apps, mobile ordering, and new food trends have reshaped how customers engage with brands. However, Papa John's has remained steadfast in its commitment to better ingredients and better pizza, even in the face of adversity. Conclusion: Papa John's legacy. Papa John's Pizza is no longer just a small-town pizzeria. It's a global brand that has weathered its share of challenges and controversies. From John Schnatter's early days in a broom closet to the company's meteoric rise and eventual public crisis, the story of Papa John's is a testament to the power of innovation, perseverance, and adaptability. Though the company's path has been filled with bumps and setbacks, its commitment to quality has never wavered. The Papa John's brand may have faced controversies, but it remains a household name, a testament to the hard work and vision of its founder. Looking ahead, the future of Papa John's will undoubtedly be shaped by the lessons learned from its past. But one thing is clear: the brand that started with a single pizza oven in the back of a bar will continue to have a significant impact on the pizza industry for years to come.